Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. We're back again with more Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Now, let's see. We just talked to Ramian and Ilks.
We'll make things right.
I think for a long time, Ember has your best religion score. Let's see if she can clear that disease from land. Hey, nice going, girl. All right. Okay. So we're gonna go help Daeran first. And then we're gonna go up to the library, see if we can get Storyteller. Uh-oh. Who's on the road? Oh, of course. I forgot about this. Sorry. Little segue first.
Now what is that?
Boop, boop. Perception is important, y'all. Here we go.
Wearing a robe? Check. Baphomet symbol around the neck? Check. Crazy eyes? Check. Note to self. Bring a mirror next time to be able to adjust the optimal level of eye craziness. Everything is ready for the experiment. An audience. Problematic, but not critical. You there, boy. Stay out of this. It is counterproductive to stand in the way of scientific progress.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Who's that? I don't know her.
Greetings, boys and girls. I am your sister in sin, a devotee of Lord Baphomet's dark will, and so on and so forth.
She looks like one of us, but she talks kinda weird. Who's there with you?
Who? Oh, them. Just an audience. They don't matter. Consider them a supplementary component of the coming experiment.
Shrug, remaining silent.
In the name of our Lord Baphomet, please be so kind as to undertake a little test of your competency in our wicked cause. Let's start with something simple. So here's my first question. What is Lord Baphomet's favorite weapon?
We will not answer to you.
Our lord can wield any kind of weapon. He is all-powerful.
Wrong. He wields no weapons at all. He doesn't need any. He just gores his enemies with his horns.
Hey, I don't know for sure, but I like the answer about the horns.
These answers are wrong. The correct answer is Isergal, a glaive made of red adamantine. This experiment has taken quite a surprising turn. I would never have expected the followers of the great Baphomet to be baffled by such a simple question. Fine. Let's recalibrate the difficulty and proceed with the next question. Please name Lord Baphomet's sacred animal.
A bull! Of course, everybody knows that.
Yep. And a cow.
Lower religion check passed. It's an aurochs, as a matter of fact.
I'd like to ask you to stop prompting them, but it seems they could do with a prompt or two. It appears the experiment has yielded results which are as unexpected as they are incredible. Baphomet's cultists have not the slightest idea about who Baphomet really is, let alone any in-depth knowledge of his ideology or philosophy. I'm positive that this news will cause a sensation in widest scientific circles.
Damn it. She's right. I'm a shitty excuse for a cultist. And my mother used to tell me to become a plowman.
Hey, take it easy. We've only had 2 questions. You there, come on, ask another one. We'll get the next one.
Ask them some more. They might still manage it.
Is there any sense in continuing? You cannot answer the simplest of questions. I am ashamed of all of you, as cultists and as individuals.
Please, ask again. I can answer. I'm sure I can.
How do you spell Baphomet's name?
B-A-F-A... Oh, screw it. To hell with Baphomet. I thought it was gonna be fun, but instead there are all these questions. I'm done here. I'm going back to my home village, back to my mother.
Hey, wait! You there! How dare you stir up discord in our ranks? Grab her and tie her up! And her entire entourage, too!
The experiment is complete. Unable to deal with the questions, the cultists decide to deal with the examiner instead. A typical reaction for a person who has never been burdened with any intelligence. Now you're gonna start hitting each other, aren't you? Please, proceed. I won't interrupt.
Save the last one for me. I'll cut you wide open.
This'll leave a bruise.
Really? You do all that running and then you blow up Cellar? I don't appreciate that at all. The absence of an answer is an answer too.
The result is statistically predictable, especially considering their intelligence level. What about you, boy? Are you ready to answer some questions for the good of science? Let's proceed with the experiment. My first question is simple. Which colors does the goddess Iomedae prefer?
You are absolutely convinced that the correct answer is red and white. Who are you? What's this all about?
I am the one asking questions here. Answer them, and then I'll satisfy your curiosity.
Red and white.
This answer is correct. It is comforting to meet at least one educated person in the melting pot of ignorance that is Knobris today. Let's proceed. Did Aradin take part in any crusade before he died?
You know for sure that Aradin died not long before the Worldwound opened and the First Crusade began. No, he didn't.
Your answer is correct. Aradin's death dates to 4606, and that is precisely the year when the Worldwound is opened. The First Crusade started back in 4622. Your knowledge would make Mendev's Crusaders proud. My final question is, what is the title that Areelu Vorlesh bears? Is she the architect of the Worldwound, the Lord of the Labyrinth, or the Border Inquisitor of the Shapeless Abyss?
The Border Inquisitor of the Shapeless Abyss. Hey, you are positive that Areelu Vorlesh is known as the architect of the Worldwound.
That's correct. Most excellent. You successfully answered all of my questions. Splendid. Amazing. This is a breakthrough. I thank you for your cooperation. It seems to me that I owe you an explanation. My name is Nenio. I am an explorer, a pilgrim, a yet-to-be-recognized scientific luminary, future author of the great encyclopedia Golarion, and rector of all Absalom's universities at once. Future rector, I should say. I also know several spells.
Now can you finally tell me what you were getting at with all those questions?
It is so heartening to see you strive for knowledge. I have been conducting an experiment comparing the intellectual abilities of the average cultist with those of the average crusader. And I must admit that you passed the test with flying colors. This does offer a glimmer of hope for the future of Crusade. I have always claimed that despite the popular beliefs about the limited intellectual abilities of those in the army, at least some of them can be considered educated. It pleases me to see that I was correct.
So you're trying to say that I am mediocre?
Yes.
Why do you keep calling me boy? I have a name, you know.
I apologize for an injury to your ego, but your name is irrelevant on the grand scale of the universe. Thus, it cannot possibly interest me. I will forget it as soon as I hear it. To avoid unnecessary confusion, I'd prefer to not know it at all.
Knobris isn't safe right now. Shall we join forces?
Do you wish to become my follower? To accompany me on my expeditions to the Worldwound? To assist me in my experiments? To run errands for me? Perhaps even to write down my deepest thoughts for the benefit of future generations? Oh, how splendid! Of course, I agree. Truth be told, I have no money to pay you. But you will be aiding the progress of science, and that is its own reward.
If we join forces, you'll have to follow my instructions during our expeditions.
Huh? What? Oh, yes, the dangers and these battles. Of course, I will follow your orders. I place my life in your capable hands, so I can focus on the things that really matter.
I agree.
Excellent. You're hired. To think that I finally found someone to accompany me. 27 Crusaders before you said no. Not one of them saw the undeniable appeal of my offer. Your first assignment is to take me to a safe place. I have to admit that today's experiment has left me quite tired.
Okay. Definitely keeping her for now. Definitely keeping Land. Definitely keeping Camellia. Who do I like more right now? Woljif or Nenio? I think I like Woldrick more right now, but on a permanent basis, Nenio will definitely be the one in our team. As much as any of these party members can be permanent for my Lich playthrough, where we will absolutely be going after undead party members if I can figure out how to get them, which I actually don't know how to get all of them, to be honest with you. And I played Lich during the first version of the beta, so the way that you get them now could have easily changed as well. Come on, she's my frontline fighter. I want to make sure she's in tip-top shape. All right. Oops, what's that? Okay, now let's head to Daeran. Excellent, no interruptions, just the way we like it. That looks like Horgus Worm's place, not here. Oh. Loot. Loot. Ooh, cooking, which we haven't gotten to yet. We'll do some cooking soon. And Land, kick us off, please.
Can we retreat already?
There we go. I was about to say, Land, you're supposed to be killing those people before they can even approach us. Come on now.
Follow me.
What a splendid occasion, Count. And this new Numerian elixir is quite something. Oh, look, such darling little creatures. Oh, no. I smell beauty. They're demons. Help. Wonderful. Now brace yourself for the smell of your own blood, you ghastly eyesore. Ooh, kill him first.
Surrender or else.
He is a difficult problem to deal with. Yep. There we go. And now he is a problem no longer. And he's the second most difficult to deal with, so go ahead and take him out too. There we go. And now it just doesn't matter. Just slaughter. Just slaughter. Let's take it so long. Come on now. Thank you. Alright. Oh, there's a masterwork.
March on.
Decimation.
It is done.
Portrait of Galfrey Mendev, ruler of the kingdom and founder of all crusades into the Worldwound.
Onwards. I am finished.
The intricate patterns on the harp depict the stars, the moon, and butterflies, the hallmarks of the goddess Desna. Thank you, stranger. The girl does not look the least bit scared. Her cheeks are flushed and her blue eyes are glittering. For saving us from the demons and for your timely entrance. I swear, I don't know who has enraged me more today, the demons or the also affable master of this house. I am a friend of Ilk's. He asked me to find you and protect you. The young woman clasped her hands together. Ilk's is alive, and he's made a brilliant new friend. It's a shame it had to happen now when the city is under siege by the demons and those pig-headed inquisitors are pursuing us instead of doing something useful. How did you end up here? Halron's hounds found me in Wallflower and they tried to capture us. I distracted them, then I lost them in the streets before charming my way into this party. Even if the inquisitors saw where I went, they wouldn't have been allowed past the door. Halron holds no sway among certain members of the aristocracy. So I picked a good place to lie low. That is, until the demon showed up. The girl shivers and wraps her arms around herself. Now that's more like it. So I have inadvertently been harboring a traitor wanted by the Ganabra's Inquisition? This day wasn't such a waste after all. Do you know where the third of your group is? Wallflower? No idea. If he knows about the demon attack, he won't just hide away. He'll go out and try to help people. If he doesn't know, well, you have no chance of finding him. He's a pretty skilled mage, but I doubt he'll risk using magic. He'll probably do something the Inquisitors won't expect, pose as someone, disguise himself. We had a great selection of masquerade costumes in the temple. The girl becomes lost in thought for a moment. I know. I'll tie my shawl around your arm. Wallflower gave it to me. He'll spot it right away and know you're a friend. If I were you, I'd look for him in Canabras's market square. Tell me about yourself. I'm Aranka, traveling bard and follower of Desna. Many of my fellow bards are rootless misfits who wander the world, unwilling or unable to live a normal life. For me, that's only partly true. I have a wonderful family, my mother, father, grandmother, and brother. Right now they are far away and I'm sure they miss me, but they've always supported me in my vocation and let me be free to roam. Because they knew that I couldn't be happy while there was so much of the world I hadn't explored, and so many places where people might need my help. A bard! That's great! I love singing! Will you sing me a song? Aranka smiles. Sorry, I don't think this is a good time to sing a long, sweeping epic, but I will gladly sing for you some other time. What can you tell me about the master of the house? About the Count? The girl's voice drops to a whisper. I've wanted to smash a jug over his head about 5 times today already. He just brings that feeling out in people. It's one of his many talents. Other than that, well, you've probably already heard about the Arende family. All I can say is that the Count's servants flee this place like rats from a sinking ship. No one ever stays here long, even though he pays them extravagantly. I even heard one servant complain that he always feels uneasy in the Count's home, like someone is watching him. Unseen eyes staring at the back of his head, even if his back is to the wall, even if he turns around. I don't know if I believe all these tales, but I'm just telling you what I've heard. Yeah, that's the word on the street too. The tiefling hunches his shoulders. This mansion is the tastiest morsel in the whole city, but all the thieves are afraid to even set foot in the streets. Are you deliberately talking as if I'm not here? Excellent. Like any polite host, I shall return the favor and act as if you're not here either. Why did you decide to break into the wardstone and cast magic on it? You put your lives at risk. Your information could have been a trap set up by the demons. But it wasn't a demon trap, Aranka says forcefully. Then her voice softens and then her expression turns pensive. You know, living next to the Worldwound and seeing the powerlessness of the Crusaders, it's very hard. We've been trying to defeat the demons for 100 years now, and we have nothing to show for it. I think that Queen Galfrey and the other leaders think that we could defeat evil if we line up our soldiers in perfect columns and send them marching off with a stirring battle cry. We just need a few more soldiers, a little more discipline. But we've been marching for 100 years, and it's always 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And while the soldiers are marching, people like Horon are seizing power behind their backs. His fanaticism and cruelty were forged in the same furnace as the Crusaders' righteousness. We will never defeat the demons if we keep trying to march down this same path. We need to change tack, to challenge our principles, trust our hearts and our friends, and not moldering doctrines. We need to listen to any entity that is willing to help us. My friends and I listened, and we trusted, and we tried to change something. At least we tried, even though it didn't work out. Great idea. Marching in straight lines won't work, so let's go attack the demons in a merry band of hoppers and dreamers, brimming with enthusiasm and doing just whatever we feel like. When the demons see us coming, they'll die of hysterics and our victory will be complete. Naive children, that's what you are. But I admit, your words stir something in my soul. I wouldn't put you in charge of a military campaign, but I'd be proud to fight alongside you. Can you get somewhere safe on your own? Looks like the Inquisitors aren't busting down the door just yet, and they're not hiding under the bed, so I think I'm safe for now. I'll be fine on my own. I'll go to our temple, to Ilks. The Inquisitors must have searched there by now. They won't go back a second time. I have to go. Good luck. May Desna be with you, stranger.
Let us be off.
I was about to say, he looked stark naked for a minute there.
Greetings, valiant stranger who has just burst into my life. I am the master of this house, Count Daeran Kale, myriad mellifluous monikers Aranday. No need to introduce yourself. I find remembering insignificant details, such as the name of passing acquaintances, such a bore.
Wow. Bonafide blue bloods and unparalleled aristocracy. All this makes me itch to do something really crass. Ooh, like blow my nose on the curtains.
What are you waiting for, my squamous squire? The curtains in this room are velvet, but we have some excellent silk ones with gold thread elsewhere in the house. Take your pick. My soft furnishings are yours to do with as you wish. I'm quite sick of the place, truly. I shall either sell it, or burn it to the ground and build a new mansion in its place. Now that we've finished with the niceties, tell me this. How did all those thrice-damned demons end up at my soiree?
I don't want to alarm you, but the city was attacked by demons led by Deskari.
I wanted to ask if you were joking, but your face tells me you are not. It seems as though Deskari's occasion was altogether more of a crush than mine, if you will pardon the pun.
What should I know about you, Count, apart from the fact that you're high-born and very rich?
As a child, I had my very own pony, but I always dreamed of having a lamb. I was never allowed one. Sheep were seen as peasant animals, utterly unsuitable for the scion of a noble line. The trauma haunts me to this day. I think of it every time I have roast lamb for dinner.
I'm sorry that happened to you. Such a sad story.
I had not even the slightest intention of upsetting such a lovely child.
Daeran and Ember, great together. Absolutely fantastic.
I'm not lovely. Some people have even called me a scarecrow before.
That's patently absurd. Why, you can't possibly be a scarecrow with a crow following you around. I'm sorry if I failed to sate your curiosity. I loathe talking about myself to people I don't know, even more to those I do know. The only thing worth knowing, aside from the fact that I am highborn and filthy rich, is that I dislike Puritans and demons in equal measure. Well, perhaps demons a tad more.
You don't seem very concerned about the city's fate.
I have no friends here whose untimely demise I would care to mourn. The only alarming thing is how easily all this happened. I don't care for the thought that demons could come calling at my door at any moment. And just think, everyone had so much faith in the ward stones gifted by Iomede's herald, and in the might of our tamed dragon, as if there had been no Dresden or a dozen other routes where the demons overcame every defense.
The Count falls silent and rubs his brow, looking fatigued.
The Orendes are one of the most ancient and noble families in Mendiv. They are related by blood to Queen Galfrey herself. The Count is the last remaining member of his dynasty. The rest all perished around 10 years ago. In the tragedy at the family seat, Heaven's Edge, the demons got past the defenses and massacred everyone inside.
I thank you for providing your friend with that helpful summary, my lady. I believe I've seen you before, with that hilarious buffoon Horgus Gwyrm. I sincerely hope you are not engaged in any kind of sordid arrangement with him. The thought of something so splendid in proximity to something so grotesque makes me feel quite ill. You deserve a better fate than that, no doubt.
Your civility knows no bounds, Count. I most assuredly do not have any arrangement with Master Gwyrm.
As Camellia speaks, hints of carefully suppressed irritation slip into her voice. I expect a little gratitude for saving you.
Of course, where are my manners? There. You can also poke about the house and claim whatever takes your fancy. Though I imagine some of you already had that in mind.
I'm feeling very attacked right now.
You can go to the Defender's Heart. It's under the protection of Erebeth Tirabade and the Eagle Watch.
I thank you for the invitation, but I am not quite as desperate as I may seem. At times, it is better to be surrounded by the repugnant mugs of demons than the sour and dour physiognomies of Iomede's righteous paladins.
What about my physiognomy? Sour enough for his lordship? Don't worry, another few minutes with the dazzling count here, and it'll sour like week-old milk.
What's this? An attractive paladin with a sense of humor? You're a veritable walking scandal. Either way, my mansion is now safe. I have a pair of half-decent guards. I just need to drag them out of the storeroom and bring them to their senses. I ordered them to drink a love potion, you see? For reasons which seemed extremely witty at the time and in the state of inebriation I then found myself in. They can guard the house while the valorous paladins beat back the demon assault. They will beat them back, yes? As regards myself, I feel like stretching my legs. I know rudimentary divine spells, I am no friend to demons, and I elevate any society that I deign to grace with my presence. I shall accompany you, only for a short time, of course. I have no desire to remain at the vanguard for a protracted period. What say you, my ephemeral but highly diverting acquaintance? After all, Lord Deskari spoiled my party. I now burn with the desire to spoil his.
Thoughts?
I don't like this guy much at all. Not even because of his personality, but just... I sense something dark about him.
I guess thumping him one next time he comes out with more aristocratic witterings is not allowed? All the more reason to take him with us. If we don't kill him, the demons surely will.
Lan flashes a cocky smile.
He has all these friends at his party, and he still looks so lonely. We can take him with us. Maybe it will make him feel better?
Don't ask me. Having him tag along would be like going for a nighttime stroll through the back alleys with a diamond tiara on your head. Even I don't like that kind of attention.
The Count's presence can only benefit us. I think we should say yes.
Deal.
Capital. Good acquaintances that begin and end at just the right moment often leave the most pleasant memories. Wouldn't you say?
Awesome. All right. Well, if you get the booth for now, Daeran, come on in. You're a temporary member of our party.
Let's move.
We already cleared out everything here. Nothing back here, right? Let me just check real quick. Nothing back there. Okay. Let's pass this mobility check.
Thanks, Lan.
You're
so
awesome, Lan. And there we go. More stuff to take. Let's go into the inventory. Yep, he's got a crossbow. Do we have a better crossbow than what he has? We do not right now. He comes with natural armor bonus, huh? That's nice. Might as well give this to Lan for now. He doesn't have anything better. And okay, that's it for that.
Fighting for a righteous cause is certainly different from a simple massacre. The former is more bloody and performed with pinkies out.
Excellent. All right. Oh, he is really not getting any healing from that. It's okay though. All right. Now that we're through with that, let's go ahead and leave. And we got to clear out the upper part of the map. So we're going to go past the Blackwing Library, actually, and go to the wine cellar. But I think some things randomly pop up while we're traveling the map that slow down your ability to get there. If I remember correctly, it's just alchemical ingredient stuff. Yep, there's some there. So we are tired, but we are not going to rest. We're going to go ahead and just keep going.
We cannot be defeated.
Excellent. Whew. Do not like going up against those alchemists, but they're actually easier to deal with, in my opinion, than they were in Kingmaker. Or maybe there's just less of them, but whew, in Kingmaker, it was brutal. absolutely brutal to go against some of those higher level alchemists. They would just destroy you. You know, this is the disadvantage of letting wolves go. Less people with stealth. Now that I think about it, you should be using that. You just shoot your arrows. You just shoot your arrows. Yeah, you just attack. What are you doing? There we go. There we go. More people you have that can pass a stealth check, the less you're going to experience those. So, of course, Woljif helps significantly. Come on. All right. Now, the wine cellar. All right, we're not completely exhausted. That's helpful. Honestly, this fight, no joke. Truly, no joke. All right. Yeah. I definitely want us at full strength. There we go. He's there. And you're there. I'm not worried about you. Okay. What do we have that might actually help us a bit? He can cast Bone Shaker. He should cast Bless. She does this on herself. Protection from law. I don't think these are law creatures. I doubt it. Yeah, remove fear probably makes sense. Actually, can you cast that? No, she can't cast shield. He can, but that shouldn't matter. One friendly. What do you get from this? A +4 bonus on save those against negative emotions. I think we can keep that off. Oh. Get some prayer in this bad boy. And enlarge person. That makes sense. Enlarge. Oh, she can also do protection from evil, huh? That's what we need. All right. And I had a recipe. We can look through what that is later. All right, what we got here?
What's on your mind?
Are we in trouble yet?
Yep. Can shoot it to deal 50 points of damage. Yeah. That too.
We must stop this war.
Sleep
There's
doesn't
no
work
hope,
on these
only
guys.
us. The gods have
Harm
abandoned.
doesn't work on them either. Oh, I might
was
have
I
to
saying just
do
now?
something manually with her now.
Wanna play together?
Missed me already.
Oops, no.
So, Taya, Vorlesh, Soa, Taya.
Oh, that's what I also need here. She can't do summon monster. Interesting. I thought she could.
I'll watch you.
She needs to do that.
Oh, the waiting's never fun.
Well,
And that. Okay. All right, let's see how this goes.
Did we find trouble? No.
Yep.
They did.
Just can right and just to the regular right.
The inheritor.
Go with you
Guide
first.
my blade.
And we're gonna give you some healing. And yep, some more healing. I could have put. I think about it. I could have put Shield of Faith on it, but whatever. Come on. Oh crap! I forgot. Those are close spells. Jeez. All right. Now, all of you. Oh, they're both carrying whites again. Okay, fine. So she can go ahead and use that on you. And then you go ahead, heal him. You go ahead, heal. You. That bolt is gone. Perfect strike. The other bolts. Oh, excellent, excellent, excellent. This is exactly what I want to see.
Spirits demand your blood.
And let's get one more round of that. Heal and heal. He loves it. He loves it. He loves it. Fear, none of that stuff works on him. So yeah, let's keep that going. Let's go ahead. All right, they both healed and they both just did a little bit of damage. Okay, it's no problem. Round 2, give them some more. Give them some more. Excellent. Excellent. All right. Bam, bam. Bam. Thank you, ma'am. Ooh, you have no idea how brutal that fight has been for me in the past. Until I actually just sat back and really thought it through. Like, okay, so they're a problem. How do you deal with this problem? Anytime you're going up the ghouls, give them that healthy energy.
Something.
Tempest. Orc double axe +1 cold iron. It deals additional 1 cold damage with one end and 1 sonic damage with the other. Not bad. Not bad at all. Excellent. That didn't go too shabby. Now we're going to go ahead and leave. And the library. Excellent. And we got to the library without being completely exhausted. If you wait too long and do too much before you come here,
What's that there?
in fact, here, I'll explain it actually when we get to the scene. Padded armor of focus. This +2, this padded armor gives you a +2 bonus on concentration checks. Berisian horror. The great library of Kennebrus has been ravaged and wrecked in the most barbaric way. It seems that someone took perverse pleasure in smashing lamps and furniture and tearing pages out of books. Unfortunate. Oops. All right. If you wait too long before you get here, you'll still be able to save the Storyteller, but everybody else who's here, the pyre will have already been started and they'll all die. So as far as I can tell, there's not a whole lot of quests in this game that have a real time factor, but this is one of them. And honestly, I don't feel like it's communicated all that well. You really do want to go ahead and get up here as soon as you can. And so, of course, you've all have already seen my playthrough video, so you know it's not like I made a beeline here, but you don't want to wait and make this the last quest that you do. Those guys that are on that pyre, important. They make the final mission in Act 1 significantly easier. Significantly easier. So it is definitely worth your time to make a point of getting up here before they're set on fire. A stocky knight with a head of messy black hair stands before you. His armor is spattered with blood. He greets you with a deep, booming voice. "Huh, Crusaders, excellent. I am Captain Jaleb Sazamal, and these are my men. I am about to burn these vile backstabbers and heretics here." Demons still haven't entirely broken through the defenses of Kennebrus, but time is running out. Oh, so maybe you have to do this before the assault on the Defender's Heart, which one of my subscribers said it happens in 3 days. Basically, you have 3 days to do as much as you can before that assault occurs, and you want to make sure you get up here before that. So there you go. These pathetic imitators of the traitor Areelu, who tricked their way into the ranks of the Crusaders. The knight nods at a heap of severely beaten people and a strange elf whose appearance seems jarring for some unknown reason. Sazamal bellows threats at his prisoners, who seem to be in a state of deep shock and utter terror. A strange feeling rises up within you. It is pure instinct. You don't know what you're about to do, but you are certain that it is right. What happened to the library? Demon showed up and carried everything off. I wasn't here to see it myself. I was fighting in the square, but these filthy traitors told me everything. My fists made them quite chatty. So what, you tortured them? Do you think those methods are worthy of a crusader? Under ordinary circumstances, no. But look around. The city is burning. Now is not the time for squeamishness. Why do you want to burn them? The warrior howls like a wild animal. Look around you. The city is in burning ruins, so many innocent lives lost, and all because of abominations like these here. Cultists, heretics, and spies, slipping into our ranks, carrying out the orders of their brutal masters, and preparing a heinous death for us all. They want to give us over to the demons, just like Areelu did with Sarkoris. They deserve to feel the flames licking at their legs. You come up with nasty words to use against people. You call them heretics, cultists, spies, so you don't have to call them people. Good people, just like you. You'd feel bad for doing this to people, but not to heretics. Without those words, you wouldn't be able to burn them. Perception 17. Take a closer look at the ruthless crusader. Cellar is talking too loudly, all while casting sidelong looks at you. You have seen similar behavioral quirks before in liars. Lore Religion 15. Examine the crusader's armor and the symbols on it. Failed. Oh well. Now, you have to take this option if you want access to the Trickster path. If you do not, you will not be able to choose it when you get a list of options for you to be able to take. So I really like doing the Trickster thing. So even though it's a little bit out of character, you know what? It's not out of character, because again, my character is on a search of self-discovery, and he's still being introduced to this new power. And this power has welled up inside of him, so he's curious about it. He's like, what is this? What's happening? What am I feeling? Let me give into it at least for a little while so I can gain an understanding of what additional abilities I might have access to. So, chaotic, requires Trickster Mythic path. Give in to the strange instinct. Idiots, stop! Heed my command in the name of Baphomet. The words fly out of your mouth before you can even think them. Some gut instinct told you that this is precisely what needs to be said in this moment, and the words hit their target. The Crusaders jump in surprise and look at each other in terror. The corners of Daeran's mouth are twitching, like he's struggling with all his might not to burst out laughing. Cellar leaps to attention and barks out, "Sorry, couldn't have known. We'll fix it right away, sir." An inexplicable feeling of rightness flows through you. You enjoy seeing the look of oafish terror on the faces of the Crusader and his lackeys when you rebuke them for their fecklessness. Report. Who are you? The Crusader's eyes bulge in fear as he barks out, "Cellar Salzamal, former Knight of the Order of the Everbright Crusaders, deserter. These two are my mates for playing cards, local fences for stolen goods, reliable men. We set an ambush and caught 3, no, 4 Crusaders. We wish to join the ranks of the triumphant army of the Worldwound." Good lads, brave fighters. We could do with more like you in the cultist ranks. Then our victory would be assured. I'm really a fan of Land's dry humor. Thank you. I do my best. Cellar watches Land with rapt attention, his eyes lingering on Land's horn. Ooh! Oh yes, evil. We don't accept just anyone into Baphomet's army. There's only one spot and there's 3 of you. Get to it. Hell nah. Cellar seems to be quicker on the uptake than his associates. He catches your meaning and surges towards one of them with his weapon raised. A fatal blow, followed quickly by a second, and 2 bodies are left lying at Cellar's feet. He smirks in satisfaction as he wipes the flecks of blood from his face. Did I do well, sir? It was the most elegant reprisal against the fools I've ever seen in my life, Daeran says in a low voice so only you can hear him. I am in awe. I sincerely hope to see you in action again, and more than once. Caleb is a Crusader name. Are you a Crusader? I hereby give you a name worthy of a demon. Foulsnot. Biting his lip, the bold cultist proudly thrust out his chest. Thank you, sir. Foulsnout furrows his brow in a display of menace, trying to show his brutal determination to take on all the Crusader forces put together. Listen to your gut. Stop wasting valuable fuel. If you like the burning books, go rig the Great Garrison Library. Our enemies might try to sneak in there. Step to it. Daeran looks at you with amused curiosity and speaks in a soft voice. I do enjoy your sense of humor. It's quite fiery. Stay silent. There's plenty more where that came from, sir. I'll do everything you've ordered, and just as soon as those Crusaders arrive, they'll be dead meat. I'll go make sure that we get make it another 2 barrels of alchemist fire from the Great Garrison storeroom. Things are going to burn right up in there. Ooh, and a level up. Well. Okay. Barrel of flammable alchemical substance. I actually never took the evil option before.
Let's save some adventures for later.
All right, my bad. Ooh, no, but we're keeping that. Wait. Yep. Oh, we could drop that. Yep. We could drop that. Yep. This is master. Oh no, this is regular gray sword. We can drop that. And we could drop these. We could drop that. We could drop that. Scimitars are always good, right? Yep, scimitars are always good. We could drop that. We're just barely gonna make it, y'all. And then I can get a bag of holding once we get back. So, ooh, very glad that didn't end up hurting me. Really? All of y'all failed your perception check back here? All of you?
Onwards.
You gotta be kidding me. God dog it. You know what? I should have. You know what? No, that settles it. We're gonna level up now.
Well, hello there.
See if we can get that to go. The bookcase is full of text describing demons and methods of fighting them. Regrettably, all this knowledge wasn't enough to save Kenabres from the spawn of the Abyss.
It won't work.
The enormous black rift cuts the library in half. It goes so deep that one can only wonder who could have possibly wreaked such destruction and how.
Let us be off.
Actually, do a full save here. Level 4, intelligence, skills. Yeah. Perception is nice, but we need persuasion. And what do we want from here? False life probably makes sense. Blur makes sense. Mirror image makes sense. Is there anything from level 1 I still need? Doesn't look like it. So we will go with mirror image. Give us some more defensive capabilities. You will focus on strength. You need 3 in mobility. You have that now.
You can trust me.
Dexterity, build up dexterity, I'm good with that. Trickery and stealth, I'm good with that. And why does it have you take an extra attack of opportunity? Yeah, no, this is not something I need until level 8. We could get Slumber, but you know what? I'm probably going to have Ember in my party. I don't need Slumber for her. We'll take Battle Ward instead. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Battle Ward. We'll do that. And then with our next feat, unfortunately, I think I'm going to go ahead and do Stealth Focus. Because I need her to get her stealth weight up. Alright, and you, Charisma, yep. And you don't get any perception, but everybody can't have perception, so that's fine. Nope, we want Evil Eye. There you go, you are Evil Eye Expert. We do not want Cure Wounds. This is level 2. What do you do on level 2? I don't remember. Oh, you're automatically supposed to get the ones that I need you to have. So, ooh, scare. Absolutely. Scare helps you. And then finally, Oracle, he gets some more charisma. Oh, he doesn't level up perception either. I forgot about that, but whatever. What do we want you to have? Yeah, we'll take Bone Shaker. You can do something while we wait. Cool. All right. Still the same deal. Still gonna fail this? Are you serious? You know what? Save's coming in. I do not want to have to come back here. I don't even know if the game will let you come back here. There we go. Thank you so much. All right.
Let us be off.
Together we stand.
We don't have to succeed at this, though.
It won't work.
It's a statue of Sarkoris. It just tells more about how he led the Crusaders and how he was a great man and yada, yada, yada. Same guy whose wand got stolen in the tower that we cleared out. Praise Iomade. We're saved. You came just in time. A blind elf stands before you. He looks extremely strange. His face wears its years heavily, which is unusual for members of his race. Thinning gray hair, a ragged beard, sightless, milky eyes, pale, papery skin, covered in age spots, a spine curved by the passage of time. This is not how elves typically age. The youth that graces the faces of elves, even on their deathbed, has totally abandoned this decrepit specimen. That is an elf with a beard. I guess the worst can be found even among the best. The old elf holds out his hand in your direction in the perennial gesture of the blind, greeting you with an unexpectedly strong and calm voice. Hello, I am Storyteller, and I wish to thank my rescuers. That is you, if I am not mistaken. Who are you? The old elf frowns. I prefer people to call me Storyteller. It very accurately describes the sphere of my occupations and interests. In most of the places I have been, I am known by that name. You have piqued my curiosity. A storyteller, are you a bard? If so, you should come perform at one of my parties instead of knocking about in this dusty library. A bard? In some sense, yes, but not the type of bard that performs at festivities. I think your guests would lose their appetite after hearing my tales. What a shame. And I was so hoping to wheel you out for my guest. With your unusual appearance, you would have caused quite the scandal. But lugubrious bards are of no use to me. Half the bards in the city are the same. Their repertoire is confined to the one about longing, the one that causes indigestion, and the one that's a complete waste of time. I mean, really, how's one supposed to host a party with that? When I was little, my mother and father used to tell me stories, but I have no one to tell me stories now. Sometimes Grandma does in my dreams, but I always forget them in the morning. Can you tell me a story? The corners of the blind elf's mouth slowly creep upward. For you, I may have a story to tell, but perhaps it is you who has a story for me. I want to talk to you about something. The old elf responds with dignity and courtesy, but firmly. In thanks for my service, I, of course, will render you a service in turn, whatever it may be. However, at this moment, I wish to be somewhere safer than the present surroundings. My recent adventures have fatigued me greatly. I would be grateful if you could help me to a safe shelter of some kind. The stubborn set of the elf's mouth tells you that he won't change his mind. I am taking you to the Defender's Heart. Please accept my sincere thanks once again, and, if I may, please don't rush. I will struggle to keep up with your young legs. The storyteller lowers his voice slightly, and I am not the only one thankful to you. That young crusader over there is eager to give his regards, but he is too shy to approach you. I can tell from his quickened breathing. When we reach a safe place, take pity on the lad and accept his thanks. The young man with aristocratic features wipes the sweat from his brow and gives you a courteous bow. Allow me to introduce myself, Brother Klaem, at your service. Thank you for helping us. We thought we were doomed to perish. There is death everywhere here. Sometimes I think we are all doomed, but then death has passed us by, and we are all still alive. Lan looks at Ember with sorrow in his eyes. But you're an elf. You should live hundreds of years and never even worry about dying. Little elf girls shouldn't even know such words. When children are thrown into the middle of a war, they learn many sad things. That is why we have to win, so that other boys and girls don't have to learn what we did. Who are you? We are Crusaders of the Order of the Flaming Lance. Our order dedicates itself to the pursuit of hidden knowledge and magical methods of fighting the demons. We are searching for our leader, Sister Mjolnir, the Scholar. She spent the last few weeks here, working day and night on some important research. When the demons attacked the city, we rushed here to find her, but it seems she left the city shortly before the attack began. Mjolnir just left the city, leaving no word of where she could be found? None. She left in a hurry, without leaving any notes or orders. Why? I have no idea. The only thing that may serve as a clue is this book, the one she was studying. The knight holds out the leather-bound tome to you. Mimir's note mentions something about a stone book belonging to the druids of old Sarkoris. What does that mean? Stone books. The druids of old Sarkoris used sacred trees as books. They carved their secret knowledge on the bark. When the demons came, the druids resorted to a dark ritual that turned the trees to stone, and the druids themselves into undead, doomed to guard their stone library grove forever. But that happened far from here, in the stone wilds. Is it possible that's where Mjolnir went? Or maybe she found one of those trees somewhere nearby. I don't know. How did you end up in this trap? That traitor met us at the door. He seemed a faithful and passionate crusader, and we didn't suspect a thing until they attacked us from behind and knocked us out. We didn't expect such trickery. Most of our order brethren are dead, and we were desperate to believe that this man in armor was a fellow crusader, a comrade. While we were unconscious, they removed our armor and tossed us on the pyre of books. What macabre blasphemy! Who is the elf with you? Is he a crusader as well? No, he calls himself the Storyteller, and he only recently arrived at Canubras. We often saw him in the library. He was interested in the writings about early Sarkoris and the era before that. It seems the traitor caught him in the library and decided to kill him along with the rest of us. The young man's voice drops to a polite murmur. Have you noticed that the Storyteller is a little odd? Even for Canubras, where you can meet the strangest people from the farthest corner of the globe among the Crusaders. Have you ever seen such a decrepit elf before? Not just old, but ancient. With a gray beard like that? Elves don't tend to grow beards, I thought. And they don't have wrinkles. An elf with wrinkles and a beard. A detestable absurdity. Hold on there. A beard isn't the worst thing a person can have growing on their face. You should see some of the people back in my village. The worst thing that's growing on your face is your mouth. Please try to open it a little less often. Lan clenches his teeth and turns away with a dismissive wave of his hand. Go to the Defender's Heart. Those who are ready to fight back are gathering there. The city still fights? Why, that's incredible news. We will go to our sanctuary guarded by our order brothers and sisters. We will bring them to the Defender's Heart. And where are you? Oh, he's just standing over there. I'm taking you to Defender's Heart. I was trying to keep up with your long legs. Do you want to go to Defender's Heart now? Yes. Excellent. So now we come here. We have conversations with everybody. We sell our equipment, gear up, and then head back out, finish the rest. Hopefully before we get called in to defend anything. But I believe that's enough for one episode. Hope all of you enjoyed the video today. If you did, please leave me a like down below, share this content, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.